Alexander pulls out his magic map. Alexander. Alexander hears someone coming.
Old Town Troll.
Alexander holds
Tub Troll. Listen, hark you.
Alexander.
Good day, Prince Alexander.
Would you... Alexander.
That... Thank...
Alexander. 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 Alexander hears someone coming. Alexander holds the flower of stench out to the gnome with the jumbo nose.
Tub Troll I am. That's all I'll be. My... Listen, hark...
There's no reason to use... Alexander.
No. Paste.
Alex...
Tree.
Alexander holds the rabbit foot out for the gnome with the huge hands.
Old Bill Batter, never fatter. Vision can resolve this matter. Look you now and end this chatter.
Alexander pours the contents of the empty-looking ink bottle over himself.
By all that's beauteous, fair, and sightly, 4 morons do I sleep with nightly. There's nothing there at all, I say. Enough of this. Let's now away.
Alexander did it! He's fooled the guards! The tail end of this island is a riotous scramble of books, sand, and a spider's web. Little bees buzz around the books as though the pages were laden with the sweetest pollen. Maybe they're spelling bees.
Wow. Hiya, gorgeous. Oh, what a luscious-looking hunk of flesh you are.
Thank you, I guess. Who are you?
How charming of you to pretend not to know. I'm Black Widow, of course. The femme fatale of all femme fatales. Know what I mean? You know, I was just thinking it was time I found my 50th, another husband. It would be quite a horror, an honor to have me as a bride. Just look at my beautiful weaving. It's so light, so delicate. You'll never want to leave my little nest.
It is a lovely web, but my heart is elsewhere, I'm afraid.
Oh, drat! The loss is yours. I'm sure you'll change your mind once you consider the advantages.
A black widow is sitting in her web. She has long legs and an hourglass on her belly. She gives Alexander a knowing look.
That scrap of paper blew into my web from those books over there. The wind just thinks it can deposit anything here.
There's no sense in using that on the parchment. Alexander wouldn't want that to get caught in the spider web. Alexander offers the item to the Black Widow.
No, thank you, you sweet man. Like a good little wife, I have no interest in anything except my cozy little web and you.
Alexander wouldn't want... Alexander wouldn't... Alexander... 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 There's no reason for Alexander to use that on the loose thread. Alexander wouldn't want that to get caught in the spider web.
Hey, don't touch that thread!
Alexander snatches the scrap of parchment, curious to see what's written on it. The wind blows the scrap of paper from Alexander's hand, but he remembers what it said well enough. The tail end of this piles of stacked books, looking ready to topple at any moment, have been arranged haphazardly on the sandy ground. Piles of stacked books. There is no reply. Buzz, buzz. Alexander sees there's nothing to do there. There's nothing. Alexander sees nothing of interest there. The bees, although spelling, can sting and cause swelling. Piles of stacked books. Piles of stacked. Piles of stacked. Piles of.
What do you think you're doing?
I'm sorry. I didn't realize these books had an owner. I'm in need of a rare book.
No owner? All books have owners, my good man. And this book owner, bookworm to you, wouldn't part with one of his books for anything.
Isn't there something I can do for you to pay for the book?
Let's see. Do you have an itinerant clause?
No. No clauses at all, I'm afraid.
As an exception, you always should.
Don't mind oxymoron and diphthong. They're fairly limited grammatical principles, you know. Let's see. A marsh pig that does Texas?
No. I'm afraid not.
A dangling participle?
I'm fresh out.
A purple fiddle whacker?
No, I don't think so. Sorry.
An idiosyncrasy, perhaps?
Afraid not.
Ha! Then what good are you?
There's no reason to use that on a pile of books.
Do you have anything interesting yet?
A regular abnormality?
Let me see what I have. I have a sentence. Would that do?
An incomplete one, I suppose.
Why, actually, it is incomplete.
Just as I suspected. Incomplete sentences are a dime a dozen, where you can literally just find them floating about. Complete sentences. Ooh, now there's something that's hard to come by these days.
I see. Sorry.
Do you have anything...
It wouldn't be worth the magic. Why would there is no reason to use that. The sentence seems to only have one thing to say. Where are you going? Alexander already has a pretty good grasp on his work. Alexander is carrying oddly. Alexander has never had a problem finding his own words. There's no that would...
Well,
There's no reason to use that object there. That would serve no... Alexander sees no use for that item. That would serve no... There's no... That would... There's no... There's no reason to use that on a pile of books.
Are you there, most venerable bookworm?
do you have a subordinate?
The Isle of Wonder swamp oozes with muck, moss, and mud. Crickets and frogs sing an endless serenade, and the green filtered light adds to the sense of dampness here. The fertile swamp is dense with moss-covered trees. Milkweed thrives near the mucky swamp. Small bottles filled with milk grow on it like fruit. A mushy swamp lies just off the path. It doesn't look like very good swimming. A large tree stretches knotted limbs out over the swamp. Part of the tree's trunk is shaped like the face of a dog. Why, it must be a dogwood tree. A tough old log lies to the left of the path. The fallen log has a good-sized knot or bump. A stick is stuck in the middle of the swamp. Alexander takes a bottle of milk from the milkweed bush. Apparently, the dogwood tree doesn't like Alexander standing that close. The bump on the log does not look particularly interesting to Alexander. That bump on the log does not look particularly conversational to Alexander. Alexander doesn't have time to sit around on the log. Alexander sees no point in trying to talk to that stick in the swamp. A pretty stone path leads north to a colorful gate and south to the oozy swamp. Alexander is standing in a delectable garden. Nestled in the bright green grass are colorful plants growing in orderly clusters. Some of their curious faces peer up at Alexander from the sides of the path. The garden ends at a speckled gate. Unless Alexander is mistaken, those plants must be baby's tears. Unless those grapes look awfully sour. Clinging vines climb the garden wall. Vines of sweet ripening tomatoes climb up little wooden posts. Vines of sweet ripening tomatoes climb up little wooden posts. Alexander takes a close look at the tomato on the ground. It appears to be darker than those on the vines.
What are you staring at there, boy? Go away, you rootless thing, you! Yeah!
Yep, that tomato is definitely rotten.
How did you manage to fall off the vine, Mr. Tomato?
What do you think? I'm old. I'm rotten. Yeah, leave me alone.
If you say so.
After all, you're just gonna let me sit here and rot on this dry ground like everybody else, aren't you?
Why, I don't know. I suppose...
Ah, never mind. Just go away. Ah.
Rotten Tomato is rather put out with Alexander and won't pay attention to anything he says.
Hey, what do you think you're doing there? Get your hands off me! Hey!
Alexander picks up Rotten Tomato and puts him away. One never knows when one will need a rotten tomato. Is that lettuce growing in the garden? It looks a little chilled. Why, it must be iceberg lettuce. Alexander picks a head of iceberg lettuce.
Ye gads! Is that cold?
A colorful array of snapdragons stand guard to one side of the path.
Good day, snapdragons.
The snapdragons don't seem inclined to communicate with anyone. Alexander approaches the snapdragons. Those unfriendly snapdragons don't want Alexander anywhere near them. A curiously speckled gate marks one end of the garden. The sky of Chessboard Land is a brilliant shade of blue and has heavy cotton candy clouds. Alexander is standing at the edge of a strange land with rolling checkered hills. Two chessboard knights stand before the marble entrance, guarding a path which wanders like a ribbon into the velvety hills. A noble white chess knight stands at the top of the marble stairs. A red chess knight stands at the top of the marble steps. The glass bottle is full of milk. How strange for a plant to produce not only milk, but a container to go with it.
Excuse me, what land lies beyond?
What land? Chessboard Land, you knave!
I see. And is Chessboard Land part of the land of the Green Isles?
It is the home of the red and white queens, rulers of the Isle of Wonder, fairest of the islands that owe loyalty to the king of the land of the Green Isles. But perhaps not for long.
What do you mean?
What is the purpose of unity with the great king and queen dead? The princess is worth serving, but the feud with the other isles is strong.
I must insist, Your Highness. I shall send a lump of coal to the Vizier and the Princess as a present for their wedding, and that's the end of it.
And I suppose you'll leave me with only this stupid spoiled egg to send, Your Highness. I want to impress the new king and queen of the realm as much as you do. As queen of this island, I have every right to that lump of coal.
Who isn't queen of this isle? The lump of coal is in my possession. Therefore, I shall do as I please with it. Besides, there's nothing wrong with that spoiled egg.
The egg, though delightfully spoiled, is not nearly so valuable as the lump of coal, and you know it. Your Highness always got to carry the singing stone. It's not fair that you get the coal, too.
That doesn't count. The singing stone was stolen by that horrid beast. I should get to keep the coal just because my stone was stolen.
It wasn't your stone. It belonged to the Isle of Wonder treasury. Your Highness always thinks that everything is hers.
Excuse me, my good man, but could you settle an argument for us?
Which of us should get to carry the coal and which the egg? Remember, white is the color of deserving truth and virtue.
Quiet, your Highness, and let him make up his own mind. I, for one, shall be more proper, and not even mention the fact that red is the color of love.
I'm sorry, Your Majesties. I'm partial to both red and white, but I'm afraid that I don't know how to solve your problem. One of you will just have to be gracious and allow the other the lump of coal.
What a ridiculously stupid idea.
Quite ludicrous.
He was a lot of help, wasn't he?
Oh, yes. Obviously a man of high intelligence. The lump of coal goes much better with my gown anyway. Black and red are imperial colors.
That's the silliest thing I ever heard. Red does not go with anything, being much too self-conscious. White is the perfect accompaniment to any color.
The Red Queen has dropped her scarf on the steps. Alexander picks up the Red Queen's scarf. The scarf is made of red silk. The silky red scarf would not make a very good accessory for Alexander's wardrobe.
I found a red scarf. I believe the Red Queen dropped it.
The Red Queen is always dropping her scarves. She thinks it's fashionable. Keep it, and consider yourself honored.
Can I pass into your fair land?
Heavens, no! No humans allowed in chessboard land. Never have been, never will be.
Can I pass?
Heavens, no!
Zounds! Those wallflowers sure are shy, and the snapdragons are awfully protective of them. Alexander can't even get close to the wallflowers without causing quite a stir. The old rotten tomato gives Alexander a mean look and grumbles sourly.
Hands off, you!
Why would Alexander want to just throw rotten tomato into the swamp? Why? There's no reason to leave that lying about on a log. What would a dogwood tree do with that? What would a dogwood tree do? Alexander sees. Why would Alexander... Alexander pulls out his magic map. Alexander feels a strange pulling. There's an odd little creature dangling from that tree branch.
Hello, friend. Aren't you an odd-looking little fellow?
I'm not odd-looking, you are.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you could speak.
Speak not. Funny is, speech I am and nothing but.
Alexander is carrying what little remains of a head of iceberg lettuce. The lettuce is rapidly melting.
Won't you come down?
Come down? Why for? No, I do not.
You speak strangely, friend.
Strange? My speech is not. Eloquence I speak with.
But who are you? And why are you here?
Away I fly my home from. Lost I am therefore. As my name too, can you guess not? It's what I do this branch with, and the way I speak of.
Alexander holds the sentence out to the creature.
This sentence seems in need of an ending. Perhaps you could finish it?
Where are you going? Where are you going? Know what I do? Where are you going to? Like you I do. Go I with you?
Well, that was certainly interesting. It looks like Alexander now has a passenger. One end of the creature resembles a miniature dragon, while the other looks like a possum. What a strange-looking fellow.
Tickle me not!
All that remains of the iceberg lettuce is a rapidly evaporating puddle of green water. The melted iceberg lettuce feels like a puddle of green water. A puddle of green water would have little effect on that boiling pond. That's wet. Alexander pulls out his magic map.
Do you have anything interesting yet? A fleeting moment?
I found this little fellow lost on another island.
you naughty boy. I told you not to leave the island.
Glad I am seeing you too.
A most solemn celebration.
So, you found my dangling participle. I suppose I'll have to give you something. Let's see now. Was it a rare book you wanted?
Yes, sir.
Well, then none of these will do. They've been sitting in the sun far too long and must be well cooked by now. This one is far more rare. A delicious little tidbit.
Thanks.
Alexander is carrying a rare book from the bookworm. The words in the binding are very faint. The something something riddle book. Alexander opens the rare book and looks inside. The book contains riddles and has a page missing. Alexander glances at a few of the conundrums, but finds himself more curious about the one that is missing. What was the riddle, he wonders? More importantly, what was the answer? Alexander the book. What was the riddle? The book contains riddles and has a page missing. What was the riddle? The book what was the book? What the what the what the what the what? The magic map does. Why would Alexander want to use that on the rare book? Alexander doesn't need anything more from Bookworm or his friends. Alexander wouldn't want to get caught in the spider web. That would serve no purpose. There's no reason to use that on a pile of books. There's no reason to use that object there. Alexander sees no there's no reason. There's no reason. That would Alexander sees no that would serve no purpose. There's that would there. There's nothing. The tail end of this. Alexander picks a hair.
Ye gads! Is that cold?
That Alexander pulls out. Alexander. Hoping to cool down the boiling pond, Alexander throws in a head of iceberg lettuce. The pond's water slowly stops boiling, cooled by the ice. It still looks hot, but bearable. Alexander decides to brave the steaming pond.
Ouch! Ow! Ooh, 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 ouch!
The pond is no longer boiling, but it's hardly bathwater. Alexander takes the old hunter's lamp from the tree. Alexander is carrying an old, battered hunter's lamp. The lamp is empty. Alexander rubs the lamp, but nothing happens. Alexander doesn't want to alter the forest. The path, like destiny. Alexander doesn't want to alter the forest. Alexander rubs the lamp, but nothing happens. As Alexander continues down the path, he gets the strange feeling that he's being watched.
Come on over here and see what I'm doing with these flowers. Never mind that stone fella on top of the gate. He won't hurt you any. He's just there to scare you.
The path through the woods runs through a gated wall here. 2 stone statues stand guard on the gate's lintels. To the north, the path continues on through a hedge of roses and a dainty gazebo. A man tends to a small garden plot on the other side of the wall. A stone archer sits atop the lintel of the gate like a silent guardian. His stone bow is tightly drawn and fitted with a single stone arrow. The statue to the left of the gate shows a man kneeling down with his spear as though waiting for a target. The path through a brick lies in the grass. It must have come from the old brick wall. A gray brick wall runs to the east and west on either side of the path. Alexander picks up the brick. Small speckles of sand stand out against the otherwise gray brick. The brick feels very heavy and solid in Alexander's hand. Using that on the wall would not help anything. The brick is already heavy enough to carry around without playing with it.
Come on through, I say. I can show you a path through the forest.
Throwing the brick at the stone archer might scratch his marble, but it won't stop the archer's vigilant watch over the path. The statue with the spear doesn't seem to be interested in anything Alexander has.
Perhaps you'd find this interesting.
Sure, bring it on over to this side of the wall where I can see it better.
Perhaps you'd find this. Perhaps you.
The stone archer would undoubtedly shoot Alexander long before he managed to climb up the wall to try that. The stone archer would undoubtedly... The stone archer would The step...
You aren't going to listen to me, are you? Well, we'll just see about that.
That's odd. The gardener just disappeared. Alexander pulls out his magic map. Alexander... There's no reason to use that there. Alexander doesn't want to give that back. Alexander shows the object to the bird, hoping to interest her. The little bird just ruffles her feathers at the sight of that large, brightly colored scarf.
Your candy dish is empty.
I am sorry, sir, but I have no more mints. Somebody has eaten them all.
Well, get some more then.
I fear that is impossible. Without the fairy, I can no longer get imports from the other islands, and we do not grow mint extract on the Isle of the Crown.
Oh, I hate not getting what I want.
A group of serving women approach the castle.
Hurry up, girls! There's plenty of work afoot today. No time to dawdle.
Yes, Sergeant Gruff.
It's well that they're here, Wolf. Cook is about driven himself mad, I hear, worrying over the wedding preparations.
Aye, whoa! What a celebration there will be today! Wine will flow like a river of red!
The little hut is empty. Alexander doesn't remember that sign being on the wall before. He decides to take a closer look. It's a proclamation. It reads, "Citizens rejoice," announcing the royal wedding and coronation of Wazir Abdul al-Hazred and Princess Kasima. For reasons of security, the wedding will not be open to the public. Long live the new king and queen of the land of the Green Isles. Alexander feels his stomach turn at the thought of the dread event. If he doesn't do something soon, Kasima will be another man's wife. Alexander feels his pockets carefully to make... Alexander takes another look at the wedding proclamation. It's a
Good day, Prince Alexander.
How fare you, good merchant?
A man my age can only thank the heavens for continued strength, young sire.
How fare
I...
Would you mind if I traded this in?
Of course, Prince Alex.
Alexander looked...
I'll take the flute.
The flute?
Thank you.
The little flute is carved from a single piece of wood and has tiny finger holes on the shaft.
Would you be interested in trading for this book?
I am afraid not. Books are more my neighbor's line of work. After all, I would not want him selling curiosities.
Rotten Tomato wouldn't appreciate being traded into a pawn shop. Alexander plays a lovely little tune on the flute.
Would you be interested in making a trade for this, merchant?
I think not. I do not have much call for that item these days.
Jallo, how fare you, and what news have you from the castle?
Prince Alex, how I fare is close to boiling. Have you seen the wedding proclamations around the village? I've heard rumors of the wedding, of course, but I didn't want to believe it, and I never thought it would be so soon.
Kasima. Married. Oh, it is an unpleasant thing to swallow, friend. If only I knew Kasima wished it. Tell me about the Wazir, Jallo.
The Wazir? Now there's a dangerous subject. His name is Abdul al-Hazred. He came to the kingdom 15 years ago. The king was fascinated by his knowledge and his fine-sounding ideas. It didn't take long for al-Hazred to convince the king to trust him with the minor problems of daily government. You see, Caliph had a wife and a new daughter he wanted to spend time with. Al-Hazred became Wazir.
And now?
Well, he's had his eye on Kasima ever since she was a young girl. And she is the only thing between him and the throne.
Do you think he means to harm her?
Oh, I honestly don't know. I think he'd rather keep her as wife. But whatever his plans for the princess, he will use her to his best advantage. That's his way.
Perhaps he has charmed her. Perhaps she cares for him now.
The Wazir is capable of anything, and Casima must be vulnerable and lonely right now. Still, she has always instinctively distrusted him. Casima has a good head on her shoulders. I'd be surprised if she's truly fallen for his words of love. I must return to the castle, Prince Alex, and you to your wanderings. May we both fare well.
How fare you, merchant?
I have been reading too much love poetry lately. It is rather depressing to an old bachelor like me.
I found this rare book, and I thought of your offer.
Very interesting. Oh, it is a wonderful riddle book. Riddles are much more marketable than spells these days. I guess people believe more in mirth than in magic. Here is the spell book you wanted, and a fair trade it is, I must say. Enjoy it.
I certainly hope so. We shall see how rusty my spell casting truly is.
Alexander is carrying a book from the bookshop. The cover says, Ye Old Spell Book. Alexander carefully reads the instructions for a spell entitled Magic Paint Spell. This spell must be cast over a This is the last page. This is the first page. Alexander drinks the milk and discards the bottle. Yum. There's no reason to... Perhaps if Alexander wants to trade...
I found...
Here.
I cert...
This is the first page. This is the last page.
How fare you, merchant?
Sufficiently well, thank you, Alexander. My only wish is for more time to read.
Alexander has no ambition.
Hello? Now.
Alexander rests his feet for a moment. Alexander picks up and leafs idly through a book called The Changing Role of Court Entertainers Through the Ages. Well, that was refreshing. The girl is too far away to hold a conversation with Alexander.
Are you out here again? Have you finished the chores I gave you? Yes, stepmother. The house and the stables are clean. Then start polishing the silverware! Do I have to tell you everything? Yes, stepmother. Right away.
There is no reply. Alexander is greeted with silence.
Oh, it's you. How goes it, Alexander?
What else can you...
Some say that the land of the Green Isles is near the edge of the world.
Would you be at all in...
Nah.
Would you be...
Nah.
Would you be...
Nah.
Would you...
Nah.
Would you be...
Nah.
Well...
You're off.
There's no reason to use that. Alexander pulls out. Alexander.